Okay, so let's get this out of the way right now. I have never been a fan of the Mario Party series. The only iteration I've actually sat down to play was Island Tour, and I thought it was decent to say the least. When Nintendo announced the existence of Mario Party 10 during E3, I was curious to see what it was all about. The funny thing is, Nintendo didn't actually feature the game during their main digital event. They released a trailer to the side that showed off a little bit of the game. And because I'm subscribed to GameXplain and Nintendo, my YouTube subscription box was flooded upon the reveal. It was only after I went to the show floor that day did I discover Mario Party 10 was a thing. Now I imagine this is partly because of the negative response from the vehicle formula of Mario Party 9. If Nintendo had really emphasized Mario Party 10 in its return to the vehicle formula, fans would most likely be upset and perceive the whole digital event as negative. I just assumed this was their thought process, and well, if it was, they were right. As we speak, thousands of die-hard Mario Party fans are pouring forums and comment sections with their negative reactions to Mario Party 10 without even playing the game. Like I said earlier, I don't have much of a personal experience with the Mario Party series, but I've watched enough of the prior games to recognize why some people may just want to return to the old formula. I myself don't care too much. The only thing I'm concerned about is whether or not a game is enjoyable. In Mario Party 10's case, the only thing that matters is whether or not it's a game I can play with my friends and have a good time with. But does Mario Party 10 meet those expectations? Well, in some ways yes, and in other ways no. The story of Mario Party 10 is extremely lacking. It's non-existent, and as a proud member of the gaming, you know I'm only kidding here, right? Everyone knows Mario Party is not the type of series known for its story. If you want to be abstract, you could say it begins with the Mario gang gathering together and throwing a party in peaceful harmony, but I digress. The main draw of Mario Party 10 is obviously the gameplay, like numerous games I've reviewed in the past weeks. Mario Party 10 features an abundance of things to do upon booting it up. There's 3 different party modes, something called Toad's Room, and some bonus content. Let's start out with the party modes, beginning with Amiibo Party. This mode has the player using their amiibo to unlock different game boards that play similarly to Mario Party games before the 9th installment. I imagine this mode was kind of lazily thrown in for fans of the original series. As you probably can tell, it's not too entertaining or interesting. It employs the same mini-games seen throughout every mode, but the boards themselves are more uneventful than that of Candyland. It's a path around the perimeter of a square with a simple background, simple designs that are reused from the main mode, and basic space layouts. On top of that, the objects that you move around with are just cardboard cutouts of the different characters, excluding the amiibo. The lack of 3D models on top of uninspired boards make Amiibo Party feel like it was just included at the last moment to please fans and make the game have amiibo support. This way, when fans complained about the formula of Mario Party 10, you could invalidate their argument by saying, but there's Amiibo Party. To add to the mediocrity of the mode is the fact that Amiibo Party requires amiibo. Sounds like rocket science, I know. Now, to even catch a glimpse of this mode, you'll have to pay an additional $13 for one amiibo. If you look at it that way, Amiibo Party is not really part of the main game. It's DLC. Costly DLC that's ultimately not worth it. But since amiibo are selling faster than the Wii U itself, I'm sure Nintendo wanted to capitalize on the success and create Mario Party 10 specific amiibo as well as giving them this mode. It's a genius marketing strategy, and I have to admit, I like the design of the new amiibo, but this mode feels shoehorned in without much care or thought. Now that I've mocked the very thing I've been addicted to for the last few months, let's move on to Bowser Party. This is an all-new mode where one player takes control of Bowser on the gamepad and tries to deplete the hearts of the other players that just use the Wii Remote. Bowser Party has the players working together to get to the end of a board whilst avoiding Bowser and maintaining hearts. Every player is situated in a cart and can roll some dice to advance to the goal, while Bowser is by himself rolling 4 dice trying to intercept the cart. If and when Bowser reaches the cart, he engages the player in Bowser minigames where Bowser attempts to deplete the player's hearts by a variety of methods. Being Bowser in this mode is utterly satisfying. Terrorizing your friends and being the main villain is so entertaining. I invited some friends over to try the game out, and needless to say, Bowser Party was the unanimous favorite. Seeing my friends rage over my Bowser antics brought me a level of joy I don't think I've experienced since Mario Kart 8. But when you're the one being toyed by Bowser, it becomes a bit less enjoyable. Bowser is overpowered in this mode. He has 4 regular dice at his disposal at all times, and the minigames are mostly unbalanced in his favor. I guess that's kind of the point of the game, but I don't think I've had a game where I've won as the regular characters yet. You lose hearts every time you get hit in a Bowser minigame, so usually the players only make it to round 2 before Bowser annihilates them all. Perhaps this is just my lack of skill talking, but nevertheless, Bowser Party is a lot of fun. It can lead to some laughs, some rage, and just overall overall a great time. And then there's Mario Party, the main attraction. Now, something I've neglected to discuss so far are the minigames. They're present in this mode and Amiibo Party, but are most prevalent here. I have to say, in comparison to all the Mario Parties I've witnessed, these look to be some of the finest in the series. Some of the minigames can be a bit uninteresting, like the one where you spin around in a flower and launch off into some sector of a target board, and others feel like they're reused from past Mario Party games, but the majority of the minigames feel unique and fresh. I mean, take the new Boo Treasure Hunt minigame for example, where players separate into teams and shine light on boos to try to find some gems. It stands out as having a distinct concept and forces some teamwork, which changes up the formula a bit. Then there are the boss minigames, which involve players attacking and avoiding the boss in a variety of ways. That's something I have to applaud Mario Party 10's minigames for, their variety. Each one truly feels different from the rest, except for a select few. I'm looking at you, platform falls into lava and then comes back up minigame. However, if you really enjoy the game and end up playing it for many hours, I can imagine the minigames could get old. There are only 73 minigames, so over time it's only natural that they may overstay their welcome. But as Nintendo seems to be really keen on DLC nowadays, I would guess that Mario Party 10 may get some DLC in the form of new minigames or new modes. But what about the Mario Party mode itself? Well, it's very similar to Bowser Party, excluding the overarching presence of Bowser at all times. He's still here, but the players have to roll every individual number on the dice to release him from his cage. Excluding Bowser, Mario Party is fairly simple. Up to 4 players are held captive in a vehicle in which players take turns being captain and rolling the dice. The vehicle moves around the board as the captain gets the item, benefit, or deficit specified by the space under the cart. The goal is to get to the end of the path while being the player with the most mini-stars. And you collect these mini-stars on the map after mini-games and after the end of a board. I'll be honest here, I'm not a huge fan of this mode. It's very restrictive to have all the players in a vehicle at all times. I mean, why couldn't every character just move for themselves? It makes the game feel more like a collaborative effort with competitive elements rather than a plain competitive experience. You want to be the one with the most mini-stars at the end and you want to win, but the vehicle always feels like it's holding you back. See, other players benefit from your mistakes and moves more so than any other game in the series. As lazily implemented as Amiibo Party is, I honestly prefer it over the Mario Party mode. I know I sound like a Mario Party classicist, but you see, the Mario Party formula was great without this new vehicle inclusion. Even Island Tour's main board mode was a lot more fun than this. There was no need to innovate something that was already great by adding a massive restrictive change that most everyone despises. See, you would think this problem would carry over to Bowser Party, but since all the players are working together, it actually works well. If you can get past this huge flaw and or you actually like this vehicle mechanic, then the Mario Party mode is decent at best. At least in the Mario Party mode, the characters have fully 3D dynamic models, so that's a plus. Speaking of the characters, there are actually quite a few of them, ranging from the typical Mario and Peach to the more obscure Toadette and Spike. I really do love it when Nintendo adds obscure characters to their games that no one wants or thought of. Most of these characters are unlockables that you can purchase in Toad's Room, the in-game shop. Here you can buy different boards, music, and an additional mode. Oh, and did I mention there are achievements in this title? Yeah, this is one of the first Nintendo games on the Wii U to do this, and it's a nice inclusion. I'm not one for completing every challenge, so I never pursued these achievements, but it's there for completionists. All these gameplay elements are good, but where Mario Party 10 really excels in is its presentation. This is one of the best looking games on the Wii U. It seems to have the same art style as Mario Kart 8, but a bit more cartoon-like. The lighting effects, the textures, and the high polygon count all come together to create some marvelous visuals. Plus, the music is really unique, featuring catchy new tunes and some fantastic remixes. Overall, Mario Party 10 is an okay game. It looks and sounds great, but the majority of the modes aren't too fun or unique. The mini-games in Bowser Party stand out as being spectacular, but Amiibo Party feels shoehorned in and Mario Party is restrictive and boring. By this logic, I only enjoyed about 50% of the content. Like I said earlier, the biggest problem in Mario Party 10 is the innovation. I do applaud Bowser Party for utilizing the vehicle mechanic perfectly, but the main mode, Mario Party, fails to do so. And with the Amiibo feature feeling like a cash grab, it kind of ruins the whole Amiibo Party mode for me. I would not recommend the game to you regardless of how beautiful it is. It's not worth your $50, additional money for Amiibo, or even your time. If I had to give the game a score though, I would give it a 6 out of 10. It's a shame that virtually nothing in this game could capture that sense of competitiveness that the Mario Party series is known for. And as a standalone title, Mario Party 10 is simply not fun. I understand I've expressed some bias in this review, review, but when you're looking at the 10th or something installment in the series, you kind of have to compare it to the other games. But if you disagree or agree with my opinions, let me know in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to never miss any of my new content. And as always, thank you so much for watching and take care. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.